Myles Garrett made it clear a couple weeks ago, actually. He's not interested in being involved in a rebuild. He has 2 years left on his contract, current contract, at about $20 million a year. He was asked after the final regular season game about a possible extension to that contract and his future with the Browns.
I think that's the best way to decide with anything, and make sure you remove yourself from the situation and try to look at it objectively, not just look at it emotionally. Obviously, emotions are high with how the season is winning. Guys don't feel very good about whether it's individual performances or the record, and you have to take a step back and allow yourself to decompress, and then make the best decision for yourself.
Is it safe to say that an potential extension this offseason would hinge on those conversations that you have with the higher-ups?
There'll be something coming.
And Fred, a lot of people took it as Myles wants out of here. Myles basically said he doesn't want the roster torn down to the studs because he went through what it was, 1-15, whatever, when he was first here. Andrew Berry made it pretty clear. He's going to be a Brown as long as they can get it extended out and it goes from Cleveland to Canton, meaning the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you got your team's best player, basically holding the front office feet to the fire. I think he's well thought out what he's going to say, and I'm not saying he did this, but I think he knows also that he's got a lot of leverage, and I think an extension is coming before he even had to voice that something's coming. And I'm not saying he did that just to get the extension, but I believe that there's no way they're going to let him go. And I think that he wanted them to say it to him and I think the big question is, what are you going to do at quarterback? Just like all of us ask those questions. Are you really going to keep throwing it down everybody's throat that the best option is Deshaun Watson when anybody can clearly see, as I laid out before, Watson returned this year. We saw what the offense looked like under Joe Flacco after Watson got injured in 2023. And we saw what the offense can do after, Watson was injured this year with Jameis Winston. 3 wide receivers that you didn't think were very good or you weren't even sure about took off and blossomed, especially Jerry Jeudy, when you change quarterbacks. So, yeah, I think that was calculated. I think it's part of the whole picture. I think he wanted to hear what they had to say, and he wanted to know that, what are you going to do so we can win next year? And Andrew Berry talked about that, in his press conference about what they can do to pivot and win next year. So calculated, he's going to get an extension out of this. Not that he wouldn't anyway, but he's not going anywhere.
No.
He's not demanding a trade. He just wants to win.
Yep. And you know what? He deserves the extension. They made him the highest paid defensive lineman a few years back, and he's probably outperformed the contract because relative to everything else, defensive ends and pass rushers have gotten paid more.